We are on our computers all the time now. So I thought it would be nice not just to give ourselves a break, but to imagine what would happen if we gave our computers a break. This is a really fun book called Unplugged. We'll read it together. I'll show you how to draw a computer step by step, and then you can decide where would your computer go if it got unplugged. Let's read Unplugged, a book by Steve Antony.
Hello, Blip. Blip liked being plugged into her computer. On her computer, Blip learned new things, played fun games, danced to music, and visited faraway places. All day long. But one day, there was a blackout and Blip tripped over her wire. She tumbled all the way downstairs and out the front door. Blip toppled down a steep, grassy hill, rolled through a forest of very tall trees, and drifted down a long, winding river. Blip was outside. Outside, Blip learned new things, played fun games, danced to music, and visited faraway places. All day long. But it was getting late. Blip sailed back up the winding river and walked back through a forest of very tall trees, and climbed back up the steep, grassy hill, where she said goodbye to her new friends. Oh, but look, she still has a flower. Blip walked all the way upstairs and plugged back in to her computer. Hello, Blip. Blip liked being plugged into her computer, but all she could think about was how great it was to be unplugged.
I chose this book for us today because the art is really cute, but also it's a great idea, and it really relates to what we're dealing with in our lives right now, being tied to the computer. Grab any drawing supplies you have, and I've got 2 examples for us. On the left is a simpler example if you're a younger artist, and on the right is one with more details. If anything's going too fast, just pause the video. Now, no matter what, you're going to start with a rectangle for the computer screen. Next, make a smaller rectangle inside. After that, the face. You can just make a smiley face, or your computer can be mad, annoyed, sad, anything you feel like. For grades kindergarten and 1 and maybe even 2, draw some little arms and legs and you are set. For older artists, let's get fancy. Try adding a whole body that looks like the one in the book. I would make a rectangle first, leave some space, and make some U shapes for the hands and upside down U's for the feet. Add another set of lines, and then you can fill in the legs, the arms, and the neck. I like to add little lines inside to make it look like a machine. Your robot doesn't have to look exactly like the one in the book, though. You can make it any kind of body you want it to have. Now, here's where you get to be creative. Where do you want your computer to go? The first thing I would make is a little line on the ground to show that it's standing on something. Maybe in this picture, my computer is outside on a beautiful fall day. For my younger students, I want you to think about a foreground and a background. What do those words mean? Well, in this picture, the ice cream cone is in the foreground. It's close to us, and everything else is far away. In my picture, maybe I'll make some trees in the background. They're kind of far away, so they're small. The sun is in the background too. Maybe some clouds, maybe some falling leaves. Now in the foreground, maybe there are some leaves on the ground, and maybe there are some lines for grass. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it's a way of thinking about filling up your whole page with interesting details. Now, for our older kids, I want you to think about the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. I know, it's a lot. Here's what I mean by that. In this picture, the grass is in the very front. That's the foreground. The sky is way in back, and the temple is in the middle. That makes it the middle ground. So in my picture, I'm showing that by adding 3 different lines to kind of separate the front, the middle, and the back. These mountains are really far away. In between, maybe some trees. They're kind of middling, still pretty small. And in the foreground, maybe I'll make some big happy penguins. I've decided this computer is on vacation in the South Pole because computers don't get cold. Once you've drawn the setting for your computer, color it in. Add lots of details, try to fill up the space, and use good craftsmanship. And I am really excited to see where you took your computers when they got unplugged.